right, there we go. Hey everyone, Richard Carlton here. Welcome to another great day of FileMaker training at fmtraining.tv. I'm the creator of fmtraining.tv, where you can learn all about the FileMaker platform and learn how to build better FileMaker applications for you, your customers, your organization. This broadcast is completely free to everyone and is being broadcast in high definition to Discord, YouTube, and to Twitch. This broadcast is being recorded, which is really great. Of course, we might clean up the recording a little bit, so if we make a malfunction during the live stream, then of course we reserve the right to clean that up on the recording later on. However, because it's a live broadcast, we encourage you to ask questions. In fact, some people get aggravated when there's this dialogue with you and we ask questions. We want questions. If you have a question, odds are other people have the question too. And so I want to thank everyone for logging in, Ken and TK and Dave One, Dave Learning, Ed, Elzo, Carol, Jake, Mike, all of you, welcome once again to another great broadcast. Now, as a reminder, if you want to check out the upcoming broadcast, go to fmtraining.tv, press the left tab for the live button. You can see the upcoming broadcast schedule. That's pretty awesome. Additionally, if you want to help support this channel, right? We always say this, this broadcast is brought to you by fmtraining.tv, bringing you the greatest and the most entertaining FileMaker training videos available. So the idea is that if you want to help support the channel, make sure you check out our on-demand video bundles. We have videos that cover the latest version of FileMaker. We have videos that cover the deploy course. In fact, we used to sell the courses individually. Anymore, it's just much simpler to sell a complete bundle for a low price. We do this on an annual basis. So if you buy one of the bundles, that really helps support the channel. It ensures that we can keep coming back every day because this broadcast actually takes a lot of money to run. The people here don't work for free. Oh, by the way, Wolfpaw, who's also AKA Christian Olsen, is requesting that if any of you are bunny grade developers, which means you don't know nothing and you want to like get some free coaching, what we're going to do is we're going to try to infect you with one of our brand new coaches. He needs, what we do is we take these guys that are, it's like a driver training, right? So we're in the little car when you're driving down the road and it says warning student driver on board. That's what this is. We need in fact, we need another ad for student driver, right? Yeah, exactly. So, and so we'll give you like 5-10 hours, whatever it is, of like coaching. And the coach is learning how to work with you and learning how to answer your questions. And along the way, you're going to learn some stuff. But the coach might step on their crank once in a while. So that's a fancy word of stepping on parts that you probably shouldn't step on. So if you want a little bit of free help, what you have to do is email support@RC Consulting and say, "Dear Wolfpaw, I need some free lovin'." So that's the call. Your coupon code is free lovin'. So just send an email to support@RC Consulting, support@RC Consulting, coupon code free lovin', and we will see what we can do. Now, if you're if you're an advanced FileMaker developer, this is not going to work for you because these people would be like, and you go like, I need a multi-predicate relationship with a sorting on the downwind transferred to the 5th generation of the grandchild, and they're going to go, their little heads are going to go, right? Remember, student driver. So, Nick, are you there? Are you ready?
I'm here.
Are you ready to go? Let me see.
I'm ready to go.
What is today's topic?
Get container attributes.
Oh, I thought it was how to avoid STDs.
How to avoid STDs.
FileMaker FTDs, FileMaker transmitted diseases. Yeah.
FTDs.
FTDs.
There's no cure yet
For FileMaker transmitted diseases.
No,
okay.
No cure. Thank you. So thank you everybody for joining in today. So get container attributes. Okay, this stuff is kind of cool, and for double reason. One is because it's also another one of my co-venture baby that I did over there, and with my friend Oleg. You know, I talk about Oleg a lot. Well, I tried to get Oleg to come over and and talk about things, and but he's kind of shy. He's a shy guy, and so he's afraid of being bored and stuff like that. I say, don't worry, we're going to help you there. So we hope that we can get Oleg to talk to us next year in January. Okay, so it's kind of be very busy man right now, and so we hope. So the guys, Oleg build all those things. Those cool things, and that's why we were working together, because most of the thing, when you have something happening at FileMaker, back in the day, now I don't know, back in the day, it was more about the self-initiative of the engineer, sometime, most of the time. Okay. So anyway, so the get container attributes is kind of cool, and there's many features there that I think you're going to discover. And that will be good. So let's switch to my screen, desktop 2. So this is a picture that I found yesterday, and this is when I was young and beautiful. And okay. So
young and foolish. Oh man, but he's so sexy. All right.
Yeah,
so.
but if you look closely, you can see I'm wearing something that I'm not wearing anymore.
Glasses, ear ring.
Yeah, but I have a hearing. So that was my time where I was like anyway, and so it was kind of fashion back in the, in that time, and 2007. So how I know? So why I took this picture out is because I'm using FileMaker myself, where I have all my pictures. I have something like 12,000 pictures, right? Pictures and whatever. And I'm using FileMaker a lot for pictures for many reasons. I'm going to show you why. And it's because you have a lot of freedom, much more than any other photo apps and stuff like that. And they are too constraining. FileMaker, you have all the freedom of the world, and I'm going to show you what. So what you need to understand about the get container attribute, it works on the same it kind of have the same where's my help or FileMaker help. Oh, okay, so it's gone. So let's open the help again. So FileMaker help, okay, and let me get the help here. So get container attribute. Oh, yeah. So this is what the help returns. Okay. So you have two parameters. You have the field that you want to target, and you have the attribute name. So it works a little bit like the get object layout object attributes, right? It works a little bit like this, So we have this is so you have the field. This is the field, the container field. They should have said container more than field. It works only on containers. Okay, it doesn't work on anything else. And then you have the attribute name. So you have a lot of attributes here. And you have the file name, the MDS, the MD5, the storage type. Okay, you have many attributes here. And what is important to see, they are all categorized by, they all have categories. So those are general categories, okay? Those are images. Those are photos, okay? Those are audio. And those are barcodes and signature, etc. And and you have groups, so those are the groups, okay? So that is important. That is important to know all about those. Okay, they call that groups. So let's say groups. Those are groups, okay? So how it works? We are going to visit some of them, not all of them, because most of them are very they're self-explanatory. So remember I told you about, so they had a group, right? The attributes. So that's the attributes, right? Those are the attributes. So when you ask for all attributes, so you say, you type this, you say, get container attributes. You say, I want this field, and the attributes name with quote, you say all. You have this. So obviously it's an image, and it's a photo, because that's the difference between two. Okay, image and photo. You can have images without to be photos. Okay, and I'm going to show you why. So get container attribute say all. Let's say now, so see this, and this, those are groups. Okay, so now let's say I don't want all of those. Okay, that's when you say all. I want photo only. This is the group photo. See, before I had all, and I had the group photo, and within the group photo I have orientation, created, modified, longitude, latitude. Okay, so I want photo only. Okay, or I want images, image, or I want general. So you can call the group instead of calling all. Now you can say, oh, by the way, I'm not interested by all. I want only the file name. Right? So you can call all, that you mean you get all of them, or you can call a group, so you get those, or you can call only one element. Let's say you want the width. See? So it's very, so you want the file size. So file size is file size. Okay. So file name, file name is very important. So before, for those names and for names and file and size, we had other way to do that. Okay. So how we were doing before, for the file name in the container, we're just calling the container in the text field. Calling the container in the text field, you had a name. And before, we were using the length of a container that was returning the size, which was making no sense at all, because length, that is for a text, it's not for a file, A, B, C, D, this is for the text, 4, 5, 6, the length of the text, that makes sense. But the length of a container, what the heck, what that means, okay? And you had to discover that putting the container, calling the container field in a text field was returning the name. That was a nonsense neither. So now with the get, container attributes, you can call everything and you have much more precision. Okay. So let's work a little bit those things. Okay. So now you know that. So the another thing you need to know about the get container attributes, and that will explain why sometimes there's poor results or no result whatsoever. Okay. It's because you cannot, okay, and another reason is you need to use the get container attributes with great care. You cannot be like a frenzy with this, otherwise you will get your file to be super slow. Why? Is because how get container attributes works. When you call a function, when you call an attribute using that function, FileMaker will scan every single bit of your file. Okay, every single bit by bit, every single bit of your file will be checked, will be read. FileMaker will read the entire file, and then when the entire file is read, then it comes with the results. Most of the get container attributes are not just a mere metadata that FileMaker is reading. Some are a metadata that FileMaker is reading, like the longitude and latitude. Those are metadata, modified, created, orientation. Those are metadata that FileMaker is reading, just reading a piece of text in the file, and I'm going to show you that. But some are not metadata, like those information, the file size, what's the name, the width, the height, the DPI, all of those are not metadata. Those are things that FileMaker is reading. FileMaker needs to read the entire file and then get with the results, especially for the file size. So if your file is 2 gig, expect some delay before you get the answer. You know what I mean? So that means it's never, ever, ever, never think about putting the get container attributes function into an uninstall calculation. Because if you do that, sayonara, goodbye, Broadway, hello friends. Okay, so it doesn't work. Okay, doesn't work. So, I mean, it works, but very, very slow. Okay. So what you can get, so here I have a kind of interesting kind of set of files in containers. So this is a photo. So I know it's a photo because I ask FileMaker to return the information. Sorry. I asked FileMaker here to return something for me. I asked FileMaker to return the file name, the file type, the file size, and the MD5. And I'm going to show you why the MD5 is very, 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 very important. Okay. So how you do that? When you say, I want the file name, just you put an auto entry calculation and you say, okay, oh, by the way, I want get container, I want the file name. Okay. So that will return the file name. File type, it's a little bit more complicated. Why? Because you need to call. FileMaker get container attributes won't tell you, oh, by the way, this is a photo or this is an image. It tells you that. It tells you that, but you need to go to pick up the information. So here, for example, you see, when I say this is a photo, I have image and I have a photo, okay? But I want to know, because if I go to this guy, this is the PDF file. This is the only information I get out of PDF. That's pretty much nothing. I get nothing out of a PDF. I don't even know it's a PDF, you know? That's the reason why. It's because, yeah, FileMaker doesn't want to pay the royalties to Adobe. You know, so, and since they don't want to pay the royalties, there's absolutely no information whatsoever about PDF. Just the minimum the minimum available for a free usage. That means the width and the height. That's it, you know, and it's an image. That's it. That's all what FileMaker will tell you. But this is an image. This is an image also, but it is a photo. It is a photo. So, there's 2 attributes. It's an image, yeah, but it's also a photo. This one is just an image. So that's why it returns image. And this one returns photo. So how you do this? In the file type, you say, first of all, okay, you get the all attributes. You know, you need all attributes. You need to get all of the attributes, okay? And then when you have all the attributes, you look for, is there photo? First you put photo. If that's photo, it's a photo. Then if that's image, you put image. That means when it's an image and a photo, the case statement will start with the first met and then stop those. Stop out. This is stopped. Okay. So if this is there, that means it's a photo. Otherwise, it's an image. That's how you do that. You prioritize with the case, okay? So, and then you say audio and barcode and signature and whatever, okay? So that's the most relevant I have, okay? So this is how you do the file type. Yeah, so Kyle Williams said, okay, length could be counting the character based on get container is much more useful and accurate. Yeah. See, Kyle is right. Don't use the length. If you were using the length technique that I just showed you about to get the size of the file, don't do that again. Don't do that. Kyle is right. There's many problem with this technique, and the file using the container attribute to get the file size is much more accurate. And I'm going to jump on this. So I just finished the file type here. So it's very easy. You pattern count image, photos, or if there's no photo, you said, okay, is that an image? Or you have a video that is something different. See, file type video, there's no type at all because I don't know it's a video. I have no way to know that. Signature, you have the signature. So this is the signature. And we are going to go there. This is another photo. And this is another photo. This is during the when I was inside the Infinite Loop at Apple for the what's the name Steve Jobs funeral in 2011, and this is me, and this is our audio. See, okay, so we have many things here to cover. So now I want to talk about the file size. Okay. So the file size, if I ask for the file size, this is what oh yeah, by the way, I built this, then you can call whatever, you can call whatever stuff you want. You want to call a group or you want to call something. So I want the file size. Bam. This is what the file size is. Okay. But this doesn't tell you anything. This tells you nothing, and 111,225 are what's the name bytes. That's what it is. So, but if you want the real size, like I did here in in kilobytes here, and megabytes here, kilobytes, megabytes, kilobyte. Okay, you call this custom function that is going to come with this file that I created. This is exactly the conversion to get the size. So the custom function is calling the GetContainerAttributes function itself. I ask for the file size, and then I'm converting for kilobyte. This is the conversion. The megabyte. This is the conversion. The gigabyte. This is the conversion, and the terabyte, this is the conversion. So this is coming from an engineer. When I was at FileMaker, a FileMaker engineer came to me with the table of conversion. Okay, so pretty much now we're using that custom function. You know that this here will be exactly the same size if you do information. If you get information in your what's the name? In your Finder or whatever Windows. Okay, so this is 108.62 kilobyte. Okay, so that's why you use the file size, and then you have my custom function that is return. Okay, so let's browse a little bit all the attributes you can get. So here is a photo. So general, everybody has general. Everybody has it. So general, you have pretty much inside general, you have the file name, the storage type. So this is interesting because it tells you which are open storage, secure storage, or embedded. Embedded means it's inside the file, and then it tells you if you have external storage, internal storage, and then you have those things here. I'm not going to explain too much what external size, external files means, but external size will be, this is an internal size. See, okay, you have the file size here, right? The internal size, it's a little bit bigger. On the file size, you have multiple file size. You have two, okay? Actually, you have many. You have the file size itself. You have the internal size and the external size. And that you can see will be if the file is on open storage, which is not convert on open storage. You when you go there and you say containers and you want to you go open storage here, okay, and you say open storage, right? In that case, that would be considered as an open storage, okay? So, and it will say open storage here, and it will say nothing here on internal size, nothing. It will put the size here on external size, okay? So because the file is external. But here, what I want to focus here is that you have the file size and you have the internal size is a little bit bigger. The internal size is 60 kilobyte more. Why? Is because you have all the FileMaker information to store this. And you have the most of it. You have the thumbnail, because FileMaker is creating a thumbnail, a low resolution thumbnail to display the container. Okay. So you have this, each time you open a container, you show a container, FileMaker is generating a thumbnail, a low resolution thumbnail out of your container. It's not showing your real container, otherwise it will be too slow. Okay. So that's why it's bigger, because it counts the file plus the content plus the thumbnail. Okay. So this is an external files is how many files are related to that container, but that is more available. It's something more relevant when you have a plugin that lets you create multiple files inside the container. Okay, I don't want to waste time here because we have only 1 hour. Okay, so this is what you need to know about the internal size and the file size. That's why you have both. So all of them, all the objects type have a general. Here you have the same thing here, see? So you have the general, you have file name, storage type, etc., etc. So everybody has this, videos and signature, etc. So and audio. Okay. So and then after that, when you look this, you have different groups. You have the group for photos, and you have the group for videos where there's nothing at all. So FileMaker will never return anything about videos. Period. FileMaker don't even know that video is there. Okay. You know it because you need to track the dots move or the dots MP3 or MP4 or whatever based on this. So this is
So there's a question. All right, so let me, I'll address this real quick. So Moki asked the question, is RCC use super container? We used to use a lot of super container. In fact, I presented on it at DEF CON in 2005, and it was like a standing room only. It's one of those when you do a session at DEF CON, and there's like 5 or 6 other sessions, and everyone comes to your session. They gave me the main, it's the biggest group I've ever talked to direct. It was like 1,100 people, and including Rick Kalman and all the PMs and everything. And basically, Super Container basically saved the FileMaker platform because it brought digital document management many years before they added external containers. We don't use it Super Container anymore because, it randomly runs into bugs and stuff, and we do have to, rest on 360 support for that. Whereas the built-in external containers are built into the product; they're pretty reliable. Okay, if you, I have several databases with 5 gigabyte database and 15 or 20 gigabytes of storage. However, if I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gigabytes of storage, I might think about doing another kind of storage where I don't stick it in FileMaker, I make a reference to it or just some sort of URL. And we do store it in the S3. Once again, at Amazon S3, we have a demo file where it shows how to upload to that and manage that, which is pretty interesting. So that's one of our sample files. So if you go to fmstartingpoint.com, there'll be a link to the marketplace. In the marketplace, you'll get to a page where we have 3 AWS samples. That sample's in there. Okay, so there you go. So that answers the question about the history of that a little bit. So sorry about that, Nick, but you have plenty of time, so you're great.
Yeah, so videos, so this is when I went to Monaco 2 years ago.
Okay, back up. I would not stick videos in external containers as a general rule because they're going to overload your file. Videos are just fat. They're huge. If you've got a lot of video, you need to be thinking about S3 or some other storage system.
Yeah. So what FileMaker says about video is simple. FileMaker is not a streaming platform. Period. It's very if you have a video in your server and you want to play back the video, the rendering is poor, and you're going to wait for hours before you have the videos, and you're going to kill your server. You kill your server. You kill your connection. Pretty much you kill everything when you use the FileMaker for video. So FileMaker store videos, but that's it, and it's not meant for that. It's not a streaming platform. So that's why it's better to use now, especially now with the API calls and stuff like that. It's better to use a platform for that, like YouTube or Vistia or Twitch. You use somewhere an external kind of thing to use that, to play back your videos.
All right, so hang on 1 second. Hang on here. Hang on. So this is people obviously. I mean, you're drawing the connection. You just made the case on how we do the video player. So why we do have this link. Where'd it go? Here it is, video. So this is the link most of all you have for our training. So once again, similar sort of situation. If I go in here, I hit the link, you can get this link. The link is not a problem. You can give the link away to everyone. This is the current version of our video training right here. So it's going to take a second to run the updates. And what we have in here are infinite levels of digital document management with videos. So we store the videos on Vimeo or whatever service. We do Vimeo because they allow us to pay for that service. We pay them, and they're a professional video delivery service. What we do is you can't pay YouTube. Like if I run advertising on YouTube, you'll get competitors coming on saying, oh yeah, hire this other consulting company and stuff like that, right? Which the other consulting company might think is great, but as a content creator myself, I think it's bad. So we post our content, which mostly you see on Vimeo. We write a check to them it's pretty metal. It's like 20, 25 bucks a month or something or whatever. It's not a lot of money. And they house all our videos. So if I go over here, these are all records. This looks like a container, but this is a web link, and we're playing the video content, streaming it through a streaming service. I could, and I haven't built this in, we could optionally play it in here or press the button, have it pop into a browser window and play there. So that's how you solve video. You don't solve the video by shoving the video into FileMaker unless you've got a small amount of short videos. If you have, like we literally have 5,000 videos. Yeah, it's so big that you have to have a huge system to manage it, and that's what Vimeo does. YouTube would have worked, except they literally try to run ads every 5 seconds on your stuff. It's really obnoxious. So sorry, Nick, but making the point on your
you see, in this one, by the way, I have all the technique. For example, if I want to get videos or information, if I want the metadata of the video, the bit rate and the frame per second, when I need that on the Mac, I'm not talking about PC. PC is not my okay. So there's another way to do that. We use another program we call Ffmpeg, and you install this in your Linux, in your Unix side of the Mac, and then I can do a video. I can do a session about this. Could be interesting, by the way. But it's kind of a high level. It's not bunny, it's the opposite of bunny. So
what's the anti-bunny? So
the Ffmpeg usage. Ffmpeg, it's this video compressor.
I have buzzes. Bzz, bzz.
Okay, so we can do it. I need some preparation. It's not for tomorrow. Okay. This needs to be. I'm going to do it. See.
Purple.
Is there? I'm going to.
There's only one buzz. So wait a minute. Never mind. Cancel.
Okay. No, it's interesting. I mean, look, it's interesting because you see many things that you never see, on another place. It's very unique. Okay, because you use FileMaker with the terminal, and it's kind of interesting to see how you install software from your FileMaker to the terminal. It's kind of cool. It's cool thing. It's cool stuff. Okay, let's continue. Because I want to go to something more interesting on this.
More interesting. How could anything be more interesting? We're already at amazing levels of interest.
I'm going to show you the amazing at the end, of course. So let's say now I want this signature stuff. So what is signature? Okay, FileMaker is working in tandem with our with FileMaker Go, and FileMaker Go is performing on touch device. And touch devices are used to capture signature. When you receive the FedEx or whatever, They say, oh, sign here, and you have the finger, and you sign. Okay. So FileMaker has exactly the same thing. I'm not going to demonstrate the signature now, but FileMaker has the same thing. So let's say I have this software, this database, the solution shared, and I had access to the thing, and I need to sign something. I need to certify something, okay? So, and I get the signature. So how you know that this is not just, how you know that this is not just a copy of this, right? It's a copy of this.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah. How do we know that TK55678 hasn't stolen my signature?
Yeah, exactly. How you know? How you know it's not just this new record, and you drop this, bam. What the difference between
signature? You stole it.
Yeah, but it's not a signature. It's not. It's not. It's an image. It's not even a photo. It's an image. Okay. And because this is the signature, this is a signature, because at the time I got the signature, okay, the container, when you get the signature, the container gets the file created by the signature feature in FileMaker Go, get a special, it's a PNG, right? It's a PNG. This is what the thing is doing. But it gets a specific tag inside the file that only FileMaker can read, okay? And the GetContainerAttributes shows you that this is a signature, and you can call the signature attributes signed, and then you get the day and the time, you get a timestamp pretty much. So now that I have this, I can create a field that say, oh, is it certified? And the certified, I get this. I'm calling for signature. If I have signature, BIMO, here I have my logo here, my stuff saying, oh, this is certified, because it's a signature, okay? It's a real, legit signature made on the device. This here, it's not. It's a copy of it. It's a fake signature. It's a fraudulent, and that's a felony, okay? So, and I know that because there's no signature tag, And if I call signature here, signed, he said, question mark, what the heck is this? It's not signed, okay? So this is how you get the signature certification, that this is not just a copy paste of a signature somewhere, okay? Just an image. So when you get something signed on FileMaker Go, it's valid. You know what? It's even valid in court, by the way. It's valid in court. You can say, yes, sir, you signed. Don't play games. You signed the thing, okay? So and you have this timestamp, and you can justify, okay? So this is very important. So that's for the signature. I don't know if do you have any questions so far?
Well, someone's going, yeah, can you hack the container attribute to fake that?
No, you can't. No. It's a tag inside the file that only FileMaker can read, and it's impossible. It's a signature file. It's kind of encrypted, and it's very complicated. I don't even think it's possible to do. Maybe that Oleg question. That could be a good Oleg questions about signature.
Well,
can we add that?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, when we bring him in, because he used to present on this topic specifically, right? And Oleg is for those of you who don't know Oleg, you're going to meet Oleg. Oleg's a lot like a version of. Is he more of a Russian? Is that what he is, or Yugoslavian, or
Ukrainian guy? But
Ukrainian.
Russian.
Close enough, yeah. And he's very much like Nick. He's very passionate.
So we talk about the signature. That's great. Okay. So I want to talk about a little bit about the photo here. You have the orientation. So for example, how the orientation has been done on. This is very good for photographer. See, orientation, you have all of those numbers here. Normal, flip horizontally, rotated, flip, rotate 90-degree clockwise, counterclockwise, etc. This is interesting for photographers. Very, very interesting. This is deep. This is very precise. You don't have a lot of software that gives you that information. Maybe Aperture in the past, but not anymore, right? So those are very important for photographer. FileMaker is a great platform for photographer, right? And of course you have the longitude, latitude, and stuff like that. And you have the make and the model of the phone, which is great too. Of the make and the model of the the camera, right? Which is great too. The creating dates, time, etc. Those. Here you have the transparency, you have the weight, the DPI, weight and width, in stuff like okay. So you have the size of the photo. Those are very valuable information. So all the photos have this. For example, that is an iPhone 4S that took the photo in 2011. So this is very cool. This is a Pentax. Can you imagine Pentax Optio S5N? This is a real, little. I remember the Pentax. That was a good one, actually. Okay, now let me talk a little bit about audio. Audio is cool, though, because look what you can get with the audio. Look what you can get when you start playing a little bit with audio. Okay. First of all, okay, when you play with audio, you have all of those things, which is cool. Audio. Okay. All of those things. So here, see, I have detected that this is an audio. So you see, I don't show the same thing here and here. See, I don't show the same thing. It's different, right? I have two containers here. I have the player here, okay? And so you have two objects here. This is the container, regular container, and this is because I can get the artwork. This is the container itself with just the player, and this is the attributes. So I have a field where I have my attributes here. This is the artwork. It's a picture. It's when you have a MP3 file in your iTunes, for example. Let me bring iTunes because I just did that before. So let's go there. Okay. So you have the iTunes stuff here, right? And then you say you have the information, then you paste the artwork here. You have an artwork here. Okay, artwork here. See? So FileMaker is capable of getting that. Okay. So how you do this is very simple. So you get all those information. So here I have the artwork. So you use the GetContainerAttributes container cover out, and you need to use that as an auto entry calculation into another container, not the container where you have the file. That needs to be another container where FileMaker is going to create a PNG out of this. Okay, it's going to extract the art. Okay, so that's cool. I mean, you can have a cool presentation like this. Of course, you have the bit rate, the duration, and the genre. You can have this. So you can do a extensive kind of search here by composer genre. So you can have a kind of a super iTunes with FileMaker, and you can even play the file. Okay. So you can play the file, and and you have another file here. So you have Hotel California here. So it's kind of cool. Okay. So the audio, I like the audio a lot, and I'm using that for my stuff as well. So something I want to tell before the people ask, you cannot write anything to a file from FileMaker. I mean, you cannot write the title. You cannot change anything on those things. It's not a MP3 tag or audio tag editor. It's not like iTunes. iTunes can do this. You can change something here. You can change those things, even the artwork. But FileMaker is just a reader. You cannot set you cannot set an attribute from FileMaker. It's just an extraction of something existing. Okay, want to make that clear. Okay, so before we go, so this is audio. So you have our audio. So this is all what FileMaker can read. You know, audio, image, photo, barcode, and signature. I don't have any barcode information, but barcode is kind of cool. It tells you is extract the text of the barcode, you know, which is what we need most of the time, because you know, when you read a barcode, you want the code, you know. So the get container attributes, we've extract the code in like alphanumeric code, you know, and then you can retrieve something or product based on that code from your database, right? So this is what the barcode is doing, and you have the type of barcode. You know, you have all the barcode type that FileMaker can read. So if you go back to the help, you know, you have all the barcode. So if you go there to the help, you will see all the barcode that FileMaker can read. So you insert a barcode from insert there. So here you have the barcode. I don't know if you have where we can barcode types.
Yeah. What's the question, Nick? There's a whole list
it's about the barcode types. You know,
they have a whole bunch of them. That there's 1D barcodes and 2D barcodes you can read. The whole list. It's in Go somewhere in Go.
Yeah, it's somewhere in Go. So but anyway, you can read which type of barcode is using the get container attribute stuff. Okay. So this is what you need to know about this too, okay? Now, I want to show you the feature I use like crazy. Why? It's because we all have billions of pictures all over the place. And sometimes we have duplicates, triplicates, and billionicates, and we don't know what to do with those things, right? So, and we don't know. We have only one way to know if it's a duplicate is by name, okay? Okay, so here I want to show you something. Let's say I have a new photo. You know, I have a photo here. So I have two photos here, you know. I have, okay, I have this one. Okay, it doesn't want to stay. Stay here, damn it. Okay, it doesn't want to stay. Why doesn't want to stay here? Okay, it doesn't want to stay. So I have two versions. I have this one. So I am 1037 JPEG. So I put there here. So I have this one, which is the view I had from my house when I was living in France. So so it's the what's the name? So you have one picture. So the picture here, that's the name of the picture. Okay. And then what happened? I create a new picture. Okay. And I insert another picture with that name. What happened here? Whoop, whoop. I have a flag telling me, oh, whoa, this is a duplicate, man. How I know that? It's a duplicate? Yeah. Those two are the same, but this one doesn't have the same name. But whatever the name, we don't care. You know, can be a name completely different. You know, I can even do, hello, how are you? I can even have a name like this. You know, so let's remove this one, delete. I create a new one and I say, hey, you know, how are you? Okay, it's a duplicate. Okay, it's a duplicate. Even the name completely different. Here you have this name here, and you have this name here. You know, it's completely different. You know, the name different. So how we know that this is the duplicate? Okay. So FileMaker use the technology we call the hash kind of the hash kind of track of pictures. The system is to analyze the picture and have kind of a comparison bit by bit of the picture. Okay, and get kind of a probability that is, I think the probability is like up to 95% of probability of 95% of identical bits. That means that's the same picture. Okay. So how do they do that? Okay. So how we know that this is the same picture is because of this guy here, the MDS, the MD5. Okay, MD, I say S all the time. That since the beginning, I know this. I say S05. Anyway, MD5. The MD5 code will tell you, will come for each picture. So I know that this is the duplicate because the MD5 of this is the same. Those two pictures were two different files with two different names, okay? And they were identical. They were duplicate files pretty much. I duplicate the file. So it says, yeah, this is completely the same file. Like, demonstration. I can duplicate again, okay? And I say blah, okay, as a name, okay? And I, new, I insert this. It's a duplicate. I have a duplicate because he knows that MD5 is the same as others. Okay, so I could even say, how many files do I have duplicate? I can even tell you because I use the thing here. I say, okay, I can say count, how many count here, and I want to count this. So I have 3 duplicates. So how I know how this works? So I'm extracting the MD5 number into a field here. Each time I'm inserting a field, I'm inserting a file in the container, I have the GetContainerAttribute with the MD5. Okay, so I'm calling this number. And now that I have this, I'm just using a pure 100% FileMaker. I have a link to the same table, MD5 by MD5, and now I know. And I say, oh, by the way, and I have a tag. I have a tag here saying, okay, this is a duplicate, yes, because I have something in the GetContainerAttributes kind of self kind of stuff. It's actually is not, yeah. So this one I have something here. So it's very simple to do this, okay? To get the duplicate stuff, okay? So and then here it tells you duplicate. So I have a tag duplicate. So now I can find my duplicates if I want, okay? So it's you have a tag here, so you have something here. So I have a tag duplicate. So if I want to find the duplicates, I just do this. Okay, tag duplicates, okay, and I said this is here, this is a checkbox, okay, and I want the boolean here, boolean 1, okay, oops, boolean 1, and I don't need this, okay, so this is the duplicate here. I want this to be available only on file mode, okay? So now, if I want, okay. If I want, I can go there and I say, oh, where's my duplicates? Here are my duplicates, 1, 2, and 3, okay? So this is how you do duplicates. You look for duplicates on photo. This works also on PDFs, so if you have an identical PDF, it will tell you identical audio, but I don't think it works on videos. Maybe yes, maybe videos too. I think so. It will tell you if the video is a duplicate or not, because you have the MD5 on the videos as well. So where's the video? See here. Yeah, you have the MD5. So it will tell you if the video is identical anyway. It was good stuff. I mean,
good stuff.
I'm pretty sure many people didn't know about the MD5 stuff to get the duplicate of the picture. That's great. I mean, I'm using that all the time because it's I can find out what my duplicate are very quickly using FileMaker. It's so FileMaker is a good kind of software to do that and to do some very precise kind of targeted search on many things. Very, very cool. And you can use other SaaS, service, external
service as a subscription.
So you can use those things to get more keywords. And I have one I love. Is the name is Clarify. I'm using a lot this. I can do a demo as well if you want. That could be part of the Ffmpeg video, because I'm going to use the same file, which is the FM gallery. So the Clarify .com. So it's kind of artificial intelligence system that says, okay, send a video. You send you send kind of a photo over there. They analyze what the photo is, and they returns to you what's inside the photo. And it's really, 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 really impressive. It tells you, for example, one day I sent a photo of the Acropolis in Athens, okay? And he told me, okay, this is a temple, this is Greek, this is antique, this is the Doric style, which is a Doric style, that's the name of the style, the construction. It was that the sunny day, there's people in the video, in the photo. Oh, it's crazy. So it's very, very powerful. And when you combine FileMaker with this, it gives you kind of a tool that is super powerful. So I'm going to do the demo. I'm going to demo FM Gallery, which is a piece of software that I'm selling. Is not to you to buy the product. It's not. It's for just the demo, because it's a build that's there, right? So it takes some time to put that together. Okay. So.
Yeah, we do have two questions here. So I got a YouTube question, a Twitch question. I kind of forgot to watch this, so I want to apologize to YouTube and Twitch people. When you folks come on here, make sure that you, when you're on YouTube and Twitch, there's a whole bunch of lurkers here. So we don't pay attention to it as much because people aren't saying that they're there, but you're there. So let us know your name, and or at least your first name and your city or country or something like that. Ed Bradley says, is there a way to take a scanned image and reduce the size of the image? So either you would reduce the size of the image by physically reducing the dimensions of it, which you can't, right? Or you have to increase the level of compression in it, right? Ed goes, maybe changing it to black and white instead of grayscale, or you can go to grayscale instead of color, right?
No, you have a low res container, okay?
Yeah. So
here what I'm doing, it's not the best way to do it, but it's still a good way. So I said, okay, get thumbnail of the container, okay, and then I said I want a 200 by 200, for example.
Okay.
So I want a small version of it. So when I do this, so here what happened. So let's create a new layout right quick, form, and I want to put those two. I have the container file field here, right? And I have the low resolution. Okay. So let's put two together here. Okay. So this is so big. So this is what I have. I have a big container here, and I have the low resolution here, right? I don't need this. Okay. So when I go here, and I have kind of this is a 2.5 megabyte video photo. Hold on. So I create a new record here. So this here, when I export this, okay. So when I export this, it's hold on. Let me export it. When I export this file here, the size of the file is this, okay. 12K. but the file is small, right? This is the file I exported it. So this is the size of this file. It's a 200 by 200.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's a low resolution. See, but if that's what you want to do, you can do it. But you can have a bigger resolution if you want, right? You can just say, oh, I want a bigger resolution, not so small. You know, I want 1,000 by 1,000. You know. Or you do your own stuff. So this this feature, the get thumbnail, will generate a thumbnail out of your file. Okay, so now you need to know about this, the get thumbnail. If you have here inside, you put a TIFF file, for example, a TIFF, you will get what's the name?
It gives you a JPEG, doesn't it? Or does
it give you a JPEG? Yeah, it's not going to do a small version of your TIFF. Okay, it's going to create a copy in a JPEG smaller. That is going to do. So this will always be a JPEG. Okay, so it has downsides. It's not like it's not Photoshop, let's say. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a quick and dirty way to get a small version of the same file. Now, if you want to resize a file with FileMaker, okay, you need to use either way a SaaS, a service as a subscription, kind of an API outside, on the web, or you need to know you need to use, as I do with our what's the name, FM Gallery. FM Gallery does that. FM Gallery is resizing a real version of your current format into a different size. Okay, so that FM Gallery capable of doing this, but this involves a much bigger work, and you need to go to the terminal and you need to use the unique size. The unique side of it, which is if you ask the terminal on this one.
Yep.
Okay,
well, realistically, at this point, I think we need to wrap this and land this, because we could get into images and cropping images, and this could go on for quite some time. I think we probably ought to have probably a session just on image manipulation. That would be a good one.
Yeah. But it won't be a FileMaker topic, because we have zero manipulation of FileMaker. So that will be kind of an experiment on showing what you can do outside of FileMaker to do that.
Right. Yeah. Because I use the JS crop sample file, which allows us to do JavaScript and cropping, which is really quite cool. I've shown that before. Nick's got his gallery tool. The thing with gallery is kind of a Mac tool, so as long as you're a Mac person, it's great. If you're on Windows, you're kind of screwed. So, but that's just the way Nick is. Nick's an Apple guy, which is fine. It's just I try to keep everything cross-platform. So yeah, we ought to definitely have a session where we talk about that. So we're going to think about image manipulation session. In fact, we'll probably ping people here and ask if you have suggestions on what you use for image manipulation, what you personally use. Definitely let us know.
Yes, something I want to add before we land the plane. For copyright reasons, I'm going to remove the 2 MP3 files that I put there, okay, in the sample file. You won't have audio file for copyright problems, okay?
No, that's fine. It won't be a problem.
Yeah, no, just let people. You can drag your own audio if you want to try, okay?
Yeah, and then Ed Bradley, the get thumbnail, once again, I think we need to have a session on that. If you have more of a priority question, feel free to shoot us an email to support@RC Consulting. Everyone, appreciate the information. If you have questions, comments, whatever, send it to support@RC Consulting. If you're looking for a bunny level FileMaker coach, then send your email. You have to send an email to support@RC Consulting. Coupon code free11. Coupon code free11. You have to have that on there, or we won't know what you're doing. So that helps us. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate it, everyone.
just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Try to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap, stands in, throws it left for Amendola, reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10, rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.